Hello, this is Jeff Shaden with Vantage Point Armory, and I'm going to show you how to assemble the Rail-Mounted Compensator to an M18. So when you get your package, it's going to look like this, and you're going to have your comp, and you're going to have two instead of one, which some of the other rail-mounted ones we have just come with one lock bar and two screws. This one's actually going to come with two sets, and the reason is because if you're able to make it stronger, why not do it? So with the guns that only have a single universal slot through their pick rail, you can only do one, obviously. And so when you have more, why not put more on? It helps with keeping it sturdy and keeping the flex down and all that stuff. So let's go through the procedure here. So start with your pistol that is unloaded. Slide the slide the lock bar into the first and third slot, and then you take your rail-mounted comp and you slide it over. And what you're looking for is to make sure that the holes, and you can tell by the other videos we've done, you want to make sure the holes are centered in the thread and the screw holes as much as possible. Then you can go ahead and start one of each, really. So these screws have a small, like, dog is what they call it, on the end, and that will help, that locks it into the bar, which has a depression that's milled into it. That is the exact same profile, just opened up a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to screw these in. Now what you have to do is you have to make sure that these are timed in a way where if you're going up against resistance as you screw this in and it's above the surface, there, it is not in all the way. So you may stop, but that's because you're hung up on the side. So you need to make sure that the screw goes all the way down, and I have this set at 5 inch-pounds, and go until you twist it. There it is. So you can see that it's underneath the surface by almost a revolution. So, and then you'll do the same thing with the other one, and the other one's off a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of move it over. There we go. I'm gonna fish it in there. It goes all the way to the bottom. 5 inch-pounds. And you can, while you're doing this, and I failed to mention it, but yes, you can blue Loctite these. That way they don't come out and while you're firing. But yeah, the idea is to make sure that these dogs are properly locked into place on the bar, and you're gonna come up with a little bit of resistance. And if the set screw is sticking above that surface, you are not locked in. So you want to make sure that, I can't emphasize that enough. So let's get this last one in here, like so. Pull all the way down. It's a nice snug fit, and there you go. You can tell, one thing I want to show you is there's no interference. So as I bring this up to the thing, you're going to see where there's about 20 thousandths of gap right in between, so that there's no interference between the slide and the comp. Okay. Thank you.